Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make this nice shell Tunisian interlocking stitch. You can make it in various colors. You can make it as long as you want. You can use it for a blanket, a scarf. It is a 3D effect that you get, and it's not that difficult to make. You're going to need all your yarn. I used double knit yarn. I used the yellow and the purple and the orange. For the double knit, I used a size 4 normal crochet hook, and I also used my number 4 Tunisian crochet hook. You're going to need your scissors, because every row you're going to cast on this side and you're going to cast off on the other side. Let's get started. Okay, so I'm going to start with the purple, and I'm going to make a slip stitch. This pattern works in multiples of 12 plus 2. So for one shell, we're going to use 12 stitches. So for this example, I'm going to cast on 38 chain stitches. That is 12 times 3 plus 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next row, we're going to pull up loops. So we're going to start in the second chain, and we're going to pull up the loop. We've got already 2, and we're going to continue until we've got 7 loops. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the return is yarn over needle and pull through 2. Yarn over needle, pull through 2. Yarn over needle, pull through 2. Pull through 2. Pull through 2. And pull through 2. Now up to here, it was the normal simple stitch technique for Tunisian. The next row is going to be a little bit different. So we're going to go to the next stitch, and we're going to pull up the loop, and we're going to go into the next one and pull up the loop. The next one, pull up loop, we've got 4, and the next one, pull up loop, 5, and then you're going to go into the next 2, that one and the last one together, and you're going to pull up a loop. Now we've got 6 stitches. Yarn over your needle, your hook, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, until the end. Now the next row, going to pull up your yarn at the second stitch. That's 2, the next one, 3, the next one, 4, and then the last 2 together, which will give you 5 stitches. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. For the next row, we've got that one, pull up loop, 2, and then 3, and the next 2 together, which will give us 4. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. We've got our 1, 2, and the last 2 together. And that is 3. Pull through 2 and pull through 2. 1 and then 2 together. And pull through 2. Once you've done this, you'll see, you can count, you've got 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 rows. When you've got your 6 rows, we're going to turn this around and we're going to work in the back loops there of the 6 rows down. So to make it easier, I'm going to use a normal size 4 crochet needle. Because this long Tunisian needle is just a bit too long. So you're going to turn it around and you're going to go into the back stitch there. One into that back stitch, 2, 3, 4. For the next row, I'm gonna use a normal crochet needle, same size as my hook. It's just easier. We're gonna go down to the base again. Now, if you turn your simple stitch around, you'll see these loops there at the back, and we're gonna work in that back loops. So there's our first one, is right there. Come on now. There you go. In that back loop there. And it's like a normal single crochet stitch. So that's 1 in the back loop of row 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there you can see your first portion of your row is finished. To finish off this row, to get to the base again, we're going to go straight there in our next chain. So we stopped in that chain there, and we're going to go straight into that next chain. And also make a single crochet stitch there. And that's the first part of your row. Now we already have 1 loop on our needle, and we're going to pull up loops now again in the next chain stitches until we've got 12 loops on our needle. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And the next is just the back row. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, until we get to the end. We already have our first loop on our hook. Now we just decreased on this one on the one side. We're going to decrease now on both sides here. So the next one, we're going to put our hook through the next 2 loops, and we're going to pull up a loop. Then just pull through 1 loop until we get to the end here. We're at the end, and here we're gonna go and put our hook through the last 2 loops and pull up a loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We had 12, and we decreased 1 on this, on the beginning and on the end. Now we're gonna just go normally, go back, pull through 2, 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 we already got our first loop on. We're gonna pull through this next 2 stitches together, then go on, pull through the next 1, next one, next one, next one, that one, and the last 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stitches. Pull through 2, pull through 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. We've got our first loop on. Pull through the next 2 loops. Next one. And the last 2. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Pull through the next 2 loops. And the last 2, which will give us 4. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. For the next one, we're going to go pull through the 2, and then through the last one there, only the 1. We've got 3, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to count from there. You'll see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows there. And like we did in the previous one, we're going to go and work our way down again. I'm going to use a crochet needle that with the 6 down to the base of this. So there's our first one. One, two, three, four, five, six, and the 7th one in the chain, the next chain that we worked in this chain, so the next one there to get to the base again. And there's your 2. Now we're going to do exactly the same again with the next 12 stitches. So we're going to pull up loops. We already have our first one there until we got 12. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. Pull through 2. Pull through 2. We're going to repeat exactly what we did in the previous part of this video. And I'm going to continue with this pattern, exactly what we did with this triangle here. And I'll see you when I'm done. For the last part of our first row, we're going to make one half one like we did right in the beginning. Now we've had 7 loops in the beginning here, so we need to get 7 loops again. We've got our first loop on our hook, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we're just going to pull through 2 again here, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. Now we decreased here at the end of our rows. Now we're going to decrease in the beginning of our rows. So we've got our first loop on our hook here, and we're going to go through 2 loops and pull up a loop, and then we're going to go on 2, 3, 4, and we're not going to decrease here at the end, so we're going to go in the last 2 like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. We've got our first loop up. Now we're going to decrease in the beginning, not in the end like in the beginning. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now here at the end, we're not going to decrease. So we've got 5 loops. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to decrease these 2. And go up to the end there. 4. 3. And 2. And now if you count, you've got 6 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we can cast off our row. And that's your first row. Okay, I'm going to make a slip knot and cast on this new color. Now we're going to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to do it there in the 7th loop. We're going to cast on. I'm going to make a chain. And then we've got our first loop there. Now we're going to pull up loops. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's try this one again. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 loops. Oh, that one is not right. Just make sure you've got the whole one there. Thirteen loops. 13 loops. Now we're going to yarn over needle, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, until we get to the end. We've got our loop here. We're going to decrease on both ends. So now the next is the next 2 loops together. And we're going to go to the other side. where we're going to decrease, so the two last ones together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Pull through 2, pull through 2. So we've got our first loop on, and now we're going to decrease in the next two. And in the last two, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stitches on. Let's go back, pull through to the 2, pull through 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 2, and pull through 2. The next we're going to decrease again. At the beginning and the end of this row, of all the rows. Now we've got 7 stitches left. Pull through 2 and 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, decrease in the beginning, and at the end we've got 5 stitches left. And now we decreased at the beginning and the end. We've got 3 stitches left. If we make our count now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're gonna go like we did in the previous row. We're gonna go down this side. Sorry, it is just easier if I take a smaller crochet hook here. Here at the back, the first one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, And like we did in the previous one, we're going to go right to the bottom here into our next one and make a single crochet stitch there before we start again. We've got our first loop now, and we're going to go down and up here. In total we will have our 13 loops. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Pull through 2, pull through 2, all the way to the end. We're going to decrease now on both sides, exactly what we did with this one here. We've got our first loop on, so the next two we're going to decrease here and pull up the rest of the loops. Until we get to the end, where we're also going to decrease the last 2 stitches that we've got here. We've got 11 stitches now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to decrease until we are at 3 and 1. We've got 6 rows, and we're going to do exactly what we did here. Okay, I've completed this now. I've made my little loops there and here, and I worked it down to the bottom here. It's just a repeat of the first one that we've got here. I'm going to cast on now the yellow. I'm going to make a slip knot. Let's just make space here, put the yellow there. And now we're going to fill up this part here again before we're just going to go on here. Otherwise our little blankie is not going to look nice. Now I'm going to cast it on right here where I cast on the orange, right there at the bottom there. That's our first loop. Then in the next one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now this is a repeat of our first row. We're going to pull up 2 loops, go through, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. We are not going to decrease in the beginning of this row. We've got our first one there. Pull up loops, pull up loop, pull up loop, and we're going to decrease the last 2 stitches. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, next row, and we're gonna go decrease in the bottom here. We've got 5 stitches here now. Four stitches. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we can work our way down again. To the bottom one. One, two, three, four, five, and 6, and our 7 one in the next stitch there, right at the bottom here, which will count as your first stitch as we go into our next pattern, which will be exactly the same as this orange. We're going to pull up altogether 13 loops till we get to the end there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going to go continue to decrease on the beginning and the end of each row, like we did with the orange. And I'll see you when I'm done with this one and the next one until I'm here at the top here, so that I can show you how to end this row. Okay, now I've done them. I'm at the bottom now there where I've done my 2 repeats, and I'm going to show you how to end this row. We've got our first loop on. Now we're going to go down, so to get 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and the beginning we decrease at the end of each row. The 2 middle ones, sorry, in the beginning here we decreased in the end of the row. The 2 middle ones we decreased on the beginning and the end of each row. We're at the end now, so we're gonna decrease now only in the beginning of this row. So I've got my first loop there, then 2 together, and then go on. Now look at this yarn now. Three, 4, we're at the end, so decrease the last 2, and we've got 5 stitches. Pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Decrease in the at beginning, so these two together, and okay, so we're at the end of this row. Now in the beginning we decreased at the end of the row. In the two middle ones we decreased in the beginning and the end of each row. Now we're going to pull up our yarn, our loops, and we're going to only decrease in the beginning of this row, not at the end, because we want a straight line here. So we've got our first loop on, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, the whole one, 5, 6, 7, and pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2. Now we're going to only decrease in the beginning of the row. We've got our first one on, so the next two together, three, 4, 5, and 6. Again, we've got our first loop on, decrease only the beginning, so these two loops together, 3, 4, and 5. Decrease these two, four stitches, okay, I've done all my rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Now all that's left is to go down until I get to the end there. One, 2, 3, and we're going to make a number 6 there right at the bottom, and we can cast off. And now we're just going to go and repeat row 2. So the next row we're not going to start here, we're going to start and make our loops here. And if you turn it around, it's a nice scalp Tunisian interlocking stitch pattern. Okay, so I worked my ends away, and you can see that it makes a nice pattern. You can have it whatever way you want to. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe it. Subscribe to my channel and follow my other beautiful Tunisian and crochet ideas and techniques that I have on my channel. See you next time.